here we go. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Sunday Sweat Club. I was just saying with everyone who is joining live, we are doing a shoulder focused class. So, with that in mind, that will mean that you're going to be moving through your shoulders a lot. One thing I want to make you aware of, if you feel any pinching, not like, oh, I'm uncomfortable, like any pinching in the closing angle. So, if you're lifting your shoulder up, pinching here, lifting your shoulder back, pinching in the back, lifting your shoulder down, pinching down. These are the closing angles, right? I want you to work around those areas of movement. So we're going to do a shoulder roll where we can check out our shoulders and just start to notice how our shoulders are feeling. But I say this, and this is with any yoga posture, if you feel pinching, i.e. bad, please move away from it and then come talk to me. I would recommend a physio to you. That's not something as a yoga instructor I can fix. I would love to be a magical fixer, but I'm not. And so yeah, let's keep that in mind for today, and we will start in child's pose. All right. Oops. There we go. Take your knees wide, toes together. A couple different options. So if you find your shoulders are naturally tight, you'll just take child's pose, arms extended forward. If this feels like a lot on your hips, close your knees. Take child's pose where you're like a cute little egg with the arms extended forward. If you have blocks at home, you could put blocks under your elbows and then reach your head down to the ground. If you don't have blocks, you can do the same thing. If you look at me, elbows down to the ground, prayer hands behind the head, just to encourage a bit more opening in the shoulders. And then think about your chest dropping down towards the ground. So if you're putting weight or pressure in the shoulders to support yourself, which is likely, try to kind of relax into that. And then take a deep breath in. Exhale. Let everything melt down to the mat. Let your body feel heavy. Depending where you are, you may have had a little caffeine already today. So notice if your thinking mind is kind of like a whirring engine, try to bring it back down to planet Earth. So let's focus on grounding in this posture. What areas of your body are touching the ground? And then one by one, can you walk through those areas and allow them to grow heavier? If your mind has started to wander, come back to where can you get a little heavier? Don't forget, if your fingers are extended forward, your fingers are part of your body. Let them be heavy too. Inhale. Exhale. Next breath in. If your arms are behind your head, extend them forward. If your arms are extended forward, press into the hands. You'll lift yourself up through a child's pose and then walk your knees back slightly. Come all the way to your belly. You don't have to do it too strong yet. And then bring your forehead to your hands. Let your legs extend out behind you. So, same concept, eyes closed. What areas of your body are connected to the mat? Most of your front body, right? Try to let them release and relax down to the ground and feel stable. Your mat has you. Breath in. Where else can you relax? Breath out. Inhale again. Exhale. All right, on your next breath in, lift your forehead off your hands. Bring your left arm to a 90-degree bend. So your shoulder is in line with your elbow is in line with your hand. Then if you like, you can take this one, putting your head in your hands to start, or you can leave your head down onto your hand. Pick what's most comfortable in the upper back. Now, glue your left elbow down to the mat. So feel the left elbow press down into the mat and just try to firmly engage as you press down. Make a fist with your left hand, press the elbow down, then press the hand down and stay. Gentle press. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Bring your right hand out to the side. Same thing. Create a 90-degree bend. Elbow in line with wrist. Elbow in line with shoulder. Then just gently press elbow down into the ground. Fist down into the ground. Really light. We're not even changing the breath yet. Just notice what muscles in your body are supporting this action. 3, 2, 1, and release. Come back to center. Bring your hands out in front of you. Same thing, 90-degree bend, but coming to a Sphinx pose. So elbows are a bit in front of the shoulders. Pull your chest through, close your eyes, and this is where we will cultivate our breath for the practice, which is a bit more challenging because we're in a bit of a heart opener. So as you inhale, draw your breath down into your diaphragm. It'll extend into the low belly. Maybe you can feel the belly press down into the mat. And then as you exhale, empty the lungs. See if you can retract your scapula a bit more. Think about bending gently through the upper spine. Again, inhale deeply. Exhale. Option to start constricting the back of your throat. Ujjayi breath as you inhale. Exhale. Once more, inhale. Notice if you started to slump, lift back up, shoulders retract. Exhale, fold down, bring your forehead to the top of your hands. Breath in and out. Next inhale, lift your head up. Now bring your elbow out to the side. Find this alignment one more time. Wrist in line with elbow, elbow in line with shoulder, 90-degree bend. Now, last time we pushed down into the ground very gently. This time, think about rotating upwards. So essentially you'll think about your tricep rolling up and back, but notice there's 2 ways to do this. You might be like, I'm doing it, Madison, but I'm moving my upper body. This isn't my shoulder. We're only moving through the shoulder. So relax your head down to your hand. Then try to lift up and rotate through the shoulder. Chances are, if you're doing this correctly, your shoulder is barely going to lift. But think about rolling the shoulder back, rotating the bicep up and back behind you. Lift the wrist and hold. 3, 2, 1. Release down to the mat. Breath in and out. All right, do that again. Inhale, lift up. It's barely probably going to lift. Keep the left shoulder down though. Exhale, release. Remember, your torso is not moving, your upper body isn't moving, just the shoulder. Inhale, or I should say just the rotation in the shoulder. Exhale. Once more, breath in. Exhale, release down. And then swap it out. Left hand comes under the head, right hand comes out to that 90-degree bend, and we'll get right into it. So don't move the upper body. Push the right elbow into the ground as you inhale, lift, and try to rotate. Bicep rolls up and back behind you and hold. Fight for a little more range. You might notice the more you can fight, the more you can lift after we start to get our CNS a little engaged, our central nervous system. 3, 2, 1, release down to the ground. Inhale, lift up.
Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Once more, inhale, lift, rotate, rotate, fight for more range, and exhale, release. Next breath in, lift your torso up, bring your hands by your sides. We're pushing up to tabletop. So a lot of what we see in yoga, will people be they'll be pushing up to a push-up. If you look at my shoulders are rounding forward. Today and every day, roll your shoulders back before you get into the push-up stance. Curl your toes under and then hug the elbows in, belly in, push up to tabletop, nice and strong. And then exhale, come to center, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. I know that was some stagnant movement. So now just move through cat and cow, breath in, breath out. You know the drill. If you like, which was really intuitive to me, I wanted to move side to side. So if there are additional movements you want to bring in, by all means, bring them in. Today's class is going to be focused on grounding. So the goal will be to build our postures from the base up, ultimately ending with our fingers, right? All the way at the top of our body. So if there's an area of your life that needs a little grounding, maybe something that's been feeling somewhat unstable, that is where we're sending our intention today. Bringing you grounding, bringing you stability. Take a few more breaths. And then come back to center. Curl your toes under. Two options here. Option one, if you're a glutton for punishment like me and you like broken toe pose, you can come to broken toe pose. Option two, maybe just take a seat on the heels if it's too much. If this isn't comfortable, and it's not because I sprained my ankle, the other one feels better, you can also come to here. So a few different options, knees wide if you're standing, maybe toes are curled under. Now, before we get into yoga, and I know we're all impatient, we have a little bit more mobility work to do in the shoulders. So this is where it's coming in with this, hey, how are our shoulders working today? So take your right palm down in front of you and stretch the hand out. Left hand is gonna come to your torso. So you'll sit nice and strong, torso is pulling in, crown of the head to the ceiling. Take a breath in, and as you sweep your palm towards the center of your body. So you're kind of trying to give yourself cleavage, right? You can even look down and be like, yep, I'm doing it, crushing it. Sweep the hand forward, then bring the bicep up by the ear. But notice if any other part of your body is moving other than this shoulder, right? Don't let torso move, don't let anything move. Now flip the hand out, sweep the arm back, and if you have any pinching, any pain, try to avoid it, but sweep as far back as you can until ultimately you rotate through the shoulders so much the back of your hand comes to the inside of the leg. So if you look down and you flipped it, that's fine. Make sure the back of the hand on the inside. Take a breath in. As you exhale, sweep the hand backwards as far as you can get. So this is where we're testing our range. Sweep, rotate, 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 rotate. Keep rotating all the way back up until the bicep comes up to the ear. And then exhale, sweep the hand down center, give yourself cleavage on the way down. Perfect. Let's do the other side. Switch it over. This hand is here for placement and also to not allow your body to be a noodle, right? No noodle body, strong, core in and up. Breath in, bring your hand to the left side. And then as you exhale, give yourself cleavage, squeeze the bicep into the center. Inhale, reach the bicep up towards the ear. Notice if you start to arch, take the arch out of the spine, only the shoulder. Exhale, flip the hand. Then we rotate through the shoulder, rotate at your end range. How far back can you bring the hand? Keep rotating, rotating, rotating. And then bring the back of the hand to the inside or the outside of the leg, I should say. Breath in. As you exhale, sweep the hand back as far as you can get it. Then start to rotate. Rotate through the shoulder, nice and easy, slow as she goes. Eventually the bicep will come back by the ear. And then sweep the hand down and to the middle. Give yourself cleavage on the way down. And release. Perfect. Both hands by your sides. These are going to come back. It's important that you know these. If you're still in broken toe pose, you're crushing it. We're going to come out now. Inhale, lift yourself back up. And then exhale, come to tabletop pose. Curl your toes under, push up and back, downward facing dog. Take your feet wide, move side to side. Reminder, if downward dog is not it for you, tabletop is it. So you're welcome to just stay in tabletop, maybe work on wrist strength by pushing the palms into the ground, or the fists into the ground, I should say. Take a few more breaths. So funny, my nose automatically got stuffy in this direction. So if I sound a little silly, that's why. All right, inhale, look forward. Bend into your knees, and then walk yourself to the top of the mat, fold into Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to your hips, sit back, chair pose right away. Then inhale your hands high. All right, notice where your biceps are in relation to your ear. So if your hands are here, you'll try to push the biceps up, bring them towards the ear without arching in the upper back. So it might take a little mind-body awareness, right, to see how high you can get up the arms, how straight can you get the arms. Hold, 3. Sit deeper in your chair, 2. 1. Breath in, come to standing. Exhale, hands by your sides, Tadasana. Inhale. Exhale. All right, inhale, sweep the hands up, take your steeple grip, squeeze the biceps into the ears once more. You're going to get sick of this today, and your arms and your shoulders and your body is going to thank you. As you exhale, push the right side of your body over to the right side. So even though we're side bending, think about moving the right side of the body over and then reaching up and over. So if you look, I'm not bending from here, right? Coming back, arching over to the right and holding. Then notice if your arms start to be like, we're a little tired. Don't let them be tired. Squeeze and hold. 3. Roll the left or the right shoulder back. 2. And 1. Inhale up to center. Switch your grip. Exhale, stay. Inhale, reach higher. And then exhale, bump, bump, bump the side over. Then find the arch. Notice if you're dropping down. Open once more through that left shoulder. Squeeze and hold. 3. Big breath in. 2. Exhale, 1. And then inhale up to center. Exhale, hands by your sides, Tadasana. Breath in. And out. Inhale, sweep your hands high. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take a big bend in your knees, shift into your left foot, step your right foot back, but how slow can you go? No rush, right? Take your time. Little by little, controlled step of the right foot, then lower the foot down. Inhale up, crescent pose. Option to have the back knee down here. We are doing a little legs, more to warm up the body today. So let the focus, even though we're working on grounding, building from the bottom up, right? Feel your feet, then feel the engagement in the legs. Pull your left hip back, your right hip forward. The energy is drawing up from the ground, right? To eventually extend all the way into the hands, reach the hands high. Breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, inhale. Exhale, sweep your hands down, frame your foot. Look forward. You're coming to Uttanasana, but how slow can you go? As slow as you went back, maybe lean forward, lift slowly, straighten that front leg, and then step, Uttanasana. Reminder, even if you take 10 steps, if they're mindful, you're crushing it. Breath in, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, shift your weight over into your right foot. Step your left foot back. Once you're there, inhale up, crescent pose. Same thing, start with the feet. Push all 10 toes down into the mat. Super strong feet in the mat. Then walk your way up your legs. Be like, yeah, you're right, Madison. I can bend my knee a little bit deeper. So you will. I know it. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward. Then energetically pull in and up in the belly. Reach through the hands. Extend. Stay low. Breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, breath in. Exhale, sweep your hands down. Look forward. Same concept. How slow can you go? Maybe extend into that right leg, lift, and then fold Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step yourself back to plank or tabletop. Now, our shoulder blades really come into the movement today, so I'm going to demo in tabletop. Round through your upper spine in cat pose, even if you're in plank. And then as you exhale, the first thing you'll do is retract the shoulder blades. So retract the shoulder blades, elbows come back, lower your chest down to the ground, slow and controlled. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra, no hands. Exhale, lower down. I'm letting you lower because this is a new thing I'm doing in public classes and I think it's hilarious, so get ready. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. This time, put your hands on the ground. So a little, you might be here, you're gonna maybe regret it, but a little weight in your hands, at least a little bit. Full cobra, roll the shoulder blades back. Now push the tops of your feet into the mat. Power up. I am going to, don't do it yet, ask you to lift your hands, but stay in the same position with your upper body. Chances are you're gonna fall. It's gonna be really funny. We're all gonna laugh. Ready? 3, 2, and 1. Lift the hands. Oh my gosh. Hold there. 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. All right, curl your toes under, hug the elbows in. Roll the shoulders back. Remember, shoulders aren't down and forward, they're up and back. Then push into the hands. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Walk your feet a little bit closer together. Sink the heels down to the mat. And then inhale your right leg high. Pull the left hip back in space. Exhale, take your knee to your nose. Inhale, look forward, but stay low. And then exhale, step through, low lunge. This time, bring the back knee down to the mat. Inhale, push your knee past your ankle. So you're going to scoot, 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 scoot forward. We did this a couple weeks ago, working on ankle flexion, right? This is where closing angle comes in. If you have any pain in the front of the ankle, I want you to back off. If you don't, see how far you can get the knee past the ankle, then push the toes down into the ground. This is going to be a dramatic version of Anjaneyasana, option to lift up as you push right toes down into the ground. Same concept, lengthening through the side bodies, reaching up. Breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, breath in. That left hip flexor for me is really feeling it. Exhale, sweep the hands down, frame the foot. Curl the back toe under, lift the back knee, try to round, maybe lift the foot, step up and back, downward facing dog. If you have long legs, lifting the foot probably will never happen, and that's fine too. Inhale your left leg high. Remember, you could be in tabletop doing the same thing. Exhale, stay. Sink the right heel down. Inhale, once more, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose, lean, breath in. Exhale, step through, low lunge, sink the back knee down, get a big stretch in the right hip flexor, but more importantly, see how far past your ankle you can get your knee without any closing angle pain. This side, I'm gonna be a little more careful because this is the one I sprained my ankle on. So I'm gonna move, see what works for me, then pull the left hip backwards, sink down. Inhale, option to lift up. So your toes are pushing into the ground. Lift through the low belly spine, side body gets long, reach the hands up. Breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, inhale. Exhale, sweep your hands down, frame your foot. Lift the back knee up, push, round, step up and back, down dog. Breath in and out. All right, inhale, come forward to your knees. If you are in down dog, don't move your hands, but look at your hands. If your middle fingers are the ones that are pointing forward, I want you to adjust your hands so your pointer fingers are the ones pointing forward to the top of the mat. That is the placement of the hands we want in down dog. If your middle fingers are pointing forward, your shoulders are going to be rotated incorrectly and you can find an impingement. So fingers point, then let's try that again. Push up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, hop, top of the mat, and then fold Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale, sit back, chair pose. Hands high. Exhale, sweep your hands behind your back. So a few different options. Option one, just grab for the elbows. Roll the shoulders back, try to find the elbows. Option two, take the hands together. First, shoulders roll up and back, lift the elbows together, then extend through the arms. Try to keep your pinkies touching. Maybe your hands can be off of the low back. Sink down deep into your chair. Breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, inhale. Exhale, fold, but keep the clasp of the hands into your Uttanasana. Stay. 3. If this feels too intense, you can always move out and just bring the hands to the low back. 2. And 1, let the hands come down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms wide, be dramatic about it, out to the sides, reach yourself through to standing, look high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Hands by your side, Tadasana. Close your eyes, 3 breaths. As we start to warm up, notice the heat, maybe in your shoulders. Where do you feel the most warmth, the sensation? Breath in and out. All right, inhale, sweep your hands up. Exhale, hands come behind the back once more. So remember, a few variations. Maybe the clasp of the hands, elbows in, lift and extend. Maybe elbows wrap. If that doesn't work for you, you could even do, you could always do prayer hands if that feels okay. This is your adventure. I'm not going to tell you which one to do or what to do. The only goal is shoulders rolling back, right? That is the main purpose, is I want to think about the shoulders. So find your version. Then sit down and be like, oh yeah, I really missed a chair pose. Madison, I'm so glad we're doing this for a second time. Thank God, right? It would have been so sad. All right, now you're in a strong chair. We are going to move with the shoulders like this through warrior 3 into crescent pose. It will look different for everyone. Shift your weight into your left leg. Maybe you use the toe to walk you back, and this is your warrior 3 coming in and out, trying to balance. Another option is to keep the foot up, one big step, then try to lift the shoulders up, or the hands up off of the glutes. So instead of relaxing the shoulders, see how high you can get them up to the sky, and hold. 3. Remember, if you fall out, come on back in, don't give up. 2. And then 1, bend into your left knee. Take your time, we're not in a rush today. And step back, crescent pose. Hands are still bound or elbows are still back. Breath in, roll your shoulders back. Take a baby back bend. Exhale, bend in the knee, and we stay for 3 breaths. I know, I'm out of breath too. Inhale. Push your toes down into the ground. Exhale. Pull your left hip back in space, your right hip forward. Inhale. Open your heart to the sky. Exhale. And 1 more breath in. Reach the hands up. Maybe fall over like me. Exhale. Place the hands down. Frame the foot. We're going to come back to standing. So in order to get there, look forward. Lean your weight into your front foot. How slow and controlled can you go as you lift and then fold into Uttanasana? Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms nice and wide. Say hallelujah to your shoulders. Oh, yes, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, hands to heart center. Hands by your side, Tadasana. Breath in. And out. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Round 2, exhale, hands come back. Now try to do differently than you did before, the other wrap. So it's going to be the way that feels awkward. Hold your hand the way that feels awkward. Then lift the shoulders up and back, pull the elbows together, then extend through the hands if you're going through the full bind. Sit back, chair pose. Breath in. And out. Inhale. Exhale. All right, shift your weight over into your opposite foot. I forgot which side we did. I think it's the right foot. No, maybe left foot. I don't know. I can't tell. You should know. Hopefully you know. I'm gonna shift. I feel like the right foot's tired. I'm gonna lift the left foot up. Extend back. Take your time getting there. Hold. Maybe lift the hands off of the torso if you can. Warrior 3. Fall out. Fall in. Your grounding is through your big toe, your heel. Extend through the leg. Breath in. And out. All right, now start to bend in that knee. I think it's the right knee. Very slowly, step back, lift up, crescent pose. Okay. Shoulders come back. We have 3 breaths in a mini back bend. So remember, back bend of your choice, it can be so tiny that the only thing bending is your gaze as you look up toward the ceiling. Breath in. And out. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, inhale. And then exhale, release. Oh, that bind. Shoulders sweep up and around. Big circle with the shoulders. Hands come to the ground. Look forward. Bend into your back knee. And then step with control. Uttanasana. Maybe I did the same side twice. You guys can tell me after class. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to either plank or tabletop. Remember, if you're in tabletop, first round through cat. Push the spine up to the sky. Plank pose, same thing. Then we lower slow. 3, retract the scapula. 2, and by the time your chest hits the ground, your shoulders are up and back. 1. Now baby cobra is barely a lift, right? Inhale, lift up. Baby cobra, lift the hands. Exhale, plant the hands down. Inhale, lift up a little higher, maybe full cobra. And then we're going to try to lift the hands, but stay where we are. 3, 2, and 1. Try and lift. Exhale, release. Curl the toes under. Press up to either plank or tabletop. If you're doing plank, lift the thighs first. And then push up and back, down dog. Breath in. Exhale, come down to your knees. Option 1, broken toe pose. Option 2, seat on your heels. Option 3, bring it on up. This time, we are going to do the same shoulder motion, but with both arms at the same time. So I would like you to do palms out and then start to sweep both hands forward. So both hands come up and forward. Give yourself double cleavage, the best of all. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Don't let your torso move. Lift the arms up to the sky, but only the shoulders. Don't let your spine move. Now flip your hands out to the side, sweep back and begin to rotate through the shoulders. Rotate, 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 rotate until eventually, see how far you can lift back. The back of your hands will come to the side of your legs. So palms are turned in, back of the hands. Breath in. And out. Inhale, push your hands back as far as you can get. Then rotate through the shoulders really slowly. Flip, Little by little by little. Bring the hands up towards the sky, biceps by the ears. Exhale, sweep the hands in, palms up. Give yourself cleavage on the way down. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And release, hands by your sides. Shake it out. Breath in. Exhale, bring your hands down. Curl your toes under. Push up to plank. And then see if you can't step one foot forward, the other foot forward, and fold into Uttanasana. And if you couldn't, don't worry. Take as many steps. Maybe you go to down dog. We all meet here, different ways to get different places. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit your butt back, take your arms wide, press yourself to standing, look high. And then exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to give the shoulders a little bit of a break for a second while we move on to the hips and the ankles, which is what we'll need for our peak kind of pose. I don't know if we're going to call it that. It's a peak something. This is what we're doing today. So take your toes pointed out, your heels in, and then you'll sit your way back into a yogi squat. This is really exploratory. So see how deep you can get in a yogi squat with your knees out to the sides. And just stop once you're in your end range. Some of you might be down at the bottom. If you are, please just lift up slightly. So everybody's working. Great. Sway side to side a little bit. And then push yourself back up, nice and easy. 3, 2, 1. Come to standing. Hands by your sides. Okay, so depending where you were on how deep your hips got, you might change this posture, you might not. If you were able to get your hips, say, to here or here, you are going to turn your toes forward more. If you weren't able to, you're going to take the same yogi squat, toes out, heels in. So different variations. Inhale. And then exhale, same thing, hands come to heart center. Try to sit your butt down and back into a variation of a yogi squat. If your toes are turned forward, you might notice it's a little bit less of a yogi squat, more of kind of just a deep chair squat almost. So get to your end range, sway side to side. Try to push your knees past your ankles. 3, 2, and then come to standing. 1, nice and easy, no rush. Yes, strong legs. Exhale, hands by your sides. All right, you know what they say, the best things come in threes. So this is the third one. If you still felt pretty comfortable, so our variations are yogi squat, you can take it nice and wide. If you still felt pretty comfortable here, then I'm going to invite you to get even closer. So everybody try what works for them. See what happens. Hands come to heart center. Inhale. And then exhale, bend into the knees. This essentially with the knees together is like the ultimate peak version of this. So don't be mad if you can't do it. Think about flexing your shins, the muscles in the front of your shins. If you're in a yogi squat, same concept. Flex the muscles in the front of your shins. And if you can't feel those, that's okay. Maybe try lifting your toes up and then place your toes back down, nice and grounded. Sway side to side. 3, 2. All right, 1, we're going to come to standing. Easy does it all the way up. Ah, nice work. Step your feet together. Hands by your sides, close your eyes. Breath in. And out. All right, blink your eyes open. I'm going to start with balancing on the right leg. So the left leg is going to go back first. I'm saying this so I don't forget. Right leg is strong and long. Left knee comes up. Flex the knee. This is our balancing for today. Seems pretty quote unquote basic, but it's never that basic when we're working on balancing. So start at the big toe and the heel. Then reach all of the engagement up the shin, up the thigh, stand nice and strong and tall. Hands can come to your hips. If you're like, yeah, Madison, I'm crushing this, this is where you might want to bring in an elbow wrap, a reverse prayer. Maybe you clasp the hands if you're not sick of it yet. But remember, if you're feeling pain, pain is not the goal today. Big stretch is the goal. So maybe find, actually, stretching isn't the goal either. It's engagement and strength, right? Find the variation that works for you. If your hands are locked, lift your elbows up. 3, 2, maybe this feels great and you're going to take your chest to the sky and look up at the ceiling. 1, breath in. Exhale, release. Unclasp your hands, hands by your sides. Inhale. Exhale. Shift your weight into your left leg. Draw your right knee up, 90 degrees. Same thing, build from the toe up. Big toe pushes into the ground. The other toes push into the ground. Engage your calf. Reach, squeeze your quad. Then take the variation with the hands. Remember, wrap opposite if you're taking this extension. Lift the hands off the low back. Maybe you're doing prayer. If you're like, yep, I feel like I really got my balance today. I am a tree trunk. I am strong. Maybe take the heart up to the sky. Look up, open the throat. 3. Breath in. 2. And 1. Release. Hands by your sides. Inhale. Exhale. All right. We are going to move through the same little flow we did before. Many options. You can take your shoulders and your hands however you want. If you want them to be free at this point, you can just move and try to rotate through the shoulders as we move. If you would like to do another lock, take something different. If you've been doing your hands clasped the whole time, please just try something different. Shift your weight over into your right leg. Inhale, draw your left knee up to 90 degrees. Exhale, stay. Inhale, maybe open the heart, look up slightly. Exhale, sweep your left foot back. Warrior 3. Ooh. If you fall, that's fine. I almost ate it. Hold. 3, 2, and 1. Bend into the knee. Bend, bend, bend. How slow can you go? Step back. Crescent pose. Maybe inhale, take a brief back bend. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, sweep the hands high. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Now, turn your right toes out, your right heel in. Step your left foot up into a yogi squat. Your variation, try to go as narrow as you can and get low. We'll breathe for inhale. Exhale. Inhale. If you're chilling at the bottom, lift your bum up. Exhale. Once more. Here we go. Inhale. Hands up. Exhale, come to standing. Hands by your sides, Tadasana. Breath in. And out. All right, opposite wrap of the arms. Remember, our grounding starts with the foot. If you're feeling wobbly, focus first on what your feet are doing. Shift your weight over into your left leg. Right knee comes up. Breath in. Take any position with the arms. Breath out. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, maybe gaze high. And then exhale, sweep. Come to your warrior 3. Breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale, bend slowly into that left leg. So much control, and step back, crescent pose. Inhale, maybe you can take a back bend. Remember, we don't bend back, we lift up, right, and extend. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, sweep your hands high. Exhale, hands come down. Turn your toes out, your toe, I should say, on the left side out. Heel in, and then step into your one big step, yogi squat. Remember, if you're doing the feet together, wiggle the feet together a little bit more. Come up out of the bottom of your stretch. If you're deep, hold 3, 2. Sweep the hands up 1 as you inhale. And then exhale, come to standing, hands by your sides. Tadasana. Breath in. And out.
All right, our peak pose today is technically Malasana, kind of, but not really, because we're working on the shoulders, right? So I'm going to demo and just show you the examples of what we're going to do. Depending on where your Malasana is, you might be here, you might be here, you might be here. All these different levels. You will essentially find your Malasana and then do the shoulder roll with fists. You're gonna squeeze your hands and you'll just go about this speed, reaching up, flip down and back. Eventually, the back of your hands as you rotate will come to the sides of your hips. You'll take a breath, and you can definitely do this with me to just get the shoulder rotation in, right? Sweep up and around. Fists come in front, give yourself cleavage. And then back to center. Perfect. Seems not that bad, right? I will say, the deeper you get in the yogi squat, the more you will need to flex the front of your shin and rebalance to balance with the arms. So I invite you to explore. We're going to do this 2, maybe 3 times, depending on time. And each time, I would like you to change something, maybe the positioning of your feet, just to see where you're at today. So I'm gonna demo feet forward, super low. You know what a yogi squat looks like. So inhale, sit your butt back, sweep your hands high. If you are able to get into your passive range, you're welcome to go there because you won't be able to sit there once we start to rotate. So take a breath in. This is gonna be terrible for me. Exhale, sweep out into the sides. Sweep, slow rotation. How slow can you go? Yep, you're gonna wanna fall backwards. Don't let it happen. Keep rotating, rotating, rotating. Sweep the hands back by your sides. Breath in. I'm about to fall over. Exhale, rotate, rotate, rotate. Sweep up, over, and around. Reach the hands up to the sky. Breath in. Exhale, push up to standing. One big movement. Hands by your sides. Tadasana. Take it out. Inhale. Close your eyes as you exhale. So chances are, in this posture, you might have noticed parts of your body that had to support you. For me, a lot of the muscles in the front of the shin, the foot have to be flexed in order to stay low. So this is this idea of grounding, right? Even when we are reaching, even when our intention is in our arms and in our hands, when we're reaching for the stars, we have to be grounded at the same time. So build from the feet, find your Malasana one more time. This time I'll take it a little bit wider just to see what's different, right? And then inhale, sit your butt deep and find your hands high. Take fists, inhale, exhale, rotate, flip the palms out to the side, sweep back, back, back. Keep rotating, rotating, rotating until eventually the back of the hands come kind of somewhere near the legs, right? They're just back here hanging out. Breath in. As you exhale, lift the hands up and back first. And then inhale, rotate, 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 widen, engage in the legs. Reach the hands forward and up. Breath in. Best part, come to standing. Hands by your sides. Tadasana, shake the legs out, shake the shoulders out. Hands. Close your eyes. Inhale. Exhale. With your eyes closed, feel all 10 toes on the ground. Feel the weight in your heels. And then lengthen through the spine. Make yourself grow like an inch or two taller. Breath in. And out. All right, we're coming down to the ground now. So a few different options per usual. Option 1, if you can get your butt really low, butt comes back, hands come forward. You're gonna try to scoot the butt back. Maybe you can pop up into Navasana. Great, that's option 1. Option 2, my other personal favorite, is you will come down to the ground, bring your hands down to the ground, come to tabletop, walk your hands back, hands clasped in front of the chest, and then how can you come to a seat without using your hands? Find a way. If you eventually use your hand, that's fine. Just work on something, these transitions, right, as we come in and out of postures. Take your time. Have fun with it. I think one of these days I want to do a workshop on how many times can we get up without our hands. We're just going to try a bunch of crazy stuff. All right. Once you are there, meet me in staff pose. So hands come by your sides once more. I don't know how many times I've said it this class, probably a broken record at this point, but shoulders roll back. Hands are pressed firmly on the ground. So you might have them further forward to achieve that, further backward, but still think about the scapula retracting, tuck your chin, and then maybe you can engage so much in the thighs that you can lift the heels off the mat. Breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, inhale. And then exhale, relax the arms, wiggle the feet to the front of the mat so you don't come off of your mat. Hands come forward, roll your way down. Option to take a Navasana and roll your way down too if you want to do something wild. There's, again, no rules. Make your way to the mat. Release and then inhale your hands above your head. Take a big morning stretch. Exhale, relax the shoulders down to the mat. Again, inhale the hands up over the head. Keep them there if they aren't already. Exhale. All right, inhale, lift up and just roll over onto your belly. So for me, the best way to end any shoulder class that is a really juicy shoulder stretch. Just like we had started, bring your arm out, elbow in line with shoulder, wrist in line with elbow. Option to take the arm straight if that feels better for you. The goal will be to plant the arm, shoulder down to the ground, and then start to roll over onto your right side until you feel a big stretch in your pec, essentially that muscle in the front of your chest, everything in your shoulder. Head can come down to the mat. Maybe your left foot can lift up and over. If it can't, that's fine too. All that matters is that you find a stretch. Close your eyes. Let your upper body on that right side surrender. Chances are it might try to resist as we get into a stretch, right? Tell it to just chill out. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, inhale. And exhale, come back to center. Just notice one side versus the other. I feel like I have one arm that's like really loose and one arm that's not. And we'll take the left side. So as a reminder, you don't have to get too deep into this. If you have any shoulder problems, you could just lay in a T. But let's take that bend, left elbow in line with left shoulder, wrists in line with elbow, and then start to roll up and over, maybe kick the right foot as you roll onto the left side. Head can come down to the ground. If you have a pillow at home, obviously this is a nice time to like nurture yourself with a little pillow, but if you don't, that's okay too. Shut your eyes. And then if anywhere in the front of your body, your pec, any of the muscles in the shoulder are resisting the stretch, which they probably are, politely just ask them to turn off. Tell them it's okay, we're not doing too deep, too crazy. And the longer we're here, the more the body will settle in. Breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Keep relaxing into the posture again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale.
exhale back to center. Feel the blood kind of flow back into that arm. Maybe wiggle them a little bit. Extend the arms forward. Stretch through the shoulders. Rock side to side. And then flip back onto our back. It is time to come to Shavasana. But before that, if you have any movements you would like to take over the next minute and a half, I invite you to take them. Also, the option to come with me into Happy Baby. We did a lot of Malasana today, so maybe you can just make this restorative, right? After reaching for the stars, reaching up, we are coming back down to the ground. So no matter what you're doing to end your practice, focus on the areas of your body that are touching the ground and allow them to feel heavier. Those of you who are with me in child's pose, if you want to move towards a cobbler, which is feet together, or maybe just towards an easy twist one side, and then the other, you're welcome to take that as well. All while being mindful of where you are connected to the ground. If you haven't moved on to the other side of your twist, please do so. About 30 more seconds, and then let's make our way into Shavasana. Feet wide, palms face up. Maybe you grab some props from the couch, comforter from your bed, whatever you need to feel cozy. If you have any pain in the low back, there's always the option for feet wide, knees together in recovery pose. Let your eyes close. Relax all the muscles in your face, your jaw, your forehead. And then let that relaxation travel to the shoulders. No tension in the neck and shoulders. No tension in the arms. The fingers even curl into the palm because the hands are relaxed. Walk this relaxation down the spine to the abdomen, the hips, and then down your legs till eventually you reach the toes, which fall out completely relaxed as you melt down into the mat. Inhale. Exhale into Shavasana.
If you would like to stay in Shavasana, just shut the video off, drift back off. If you're ready to come out of your practice, you can begin with small movements. Maybe even start by trying to press parts of your body that are connected to the ground down into the mat. And allow these movements to get larger. Maybe rock your head side to side. Open your mouth. Wiggle your jaw. Wrinkle your nose. And then sweep your hands up above your head. Maybe allow the back of your hands to touch the mat behind you. Just notice how your shoulders are feeling in this position. Exhale, draw one knee into the chest and then the other. Roll over onto your favorite side. Just briefly passing through a fetal pose. And then push yourself up to a comfortable seat facing the sound of my voice. Once you're there, build from the ground up. So your lower body is heavy, but inhale, lengthen or extend the spine up towards the ceiling. Grow taller. Exhale, hands can come together at heart center or maybe two hands over the heart, whatever feels best. Inhale. Exhale, bow your chin in gratitude. Maybe put a smile on your face. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift the head back up. Open your eyes, get reacquainted with the space around you. Thank you all. Fantastic work. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Let me know how your shoulders are feeling tomorrow, and I will see you next week for the Sunday Sweat Club. Thanks, guys.